looking for the pulse of Tampa Bay sports. Beckles and Recher is the #1 source. The new guard, raising up the bar. Intelligent sports talk in your own backyard. Ain't no competition, ask the Beckles and Recher got it by a landslide. Don't fret, microphone check, stand by. Yo, Fox, where they at? Where my two favorite guys? Here they go. 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 Here they go.
I know those guys.
All right, here we go. Let's rock and roll. The Beckles and Recher podcast in the bowels, in the guts, in the ovaries of the Dignitary Cafe.
Cervical.
In the back area.
Of course, he says the back area.
How you doing, brother? Everything good?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Life is good, man. Buccaneers win.
It's
Bulls
a victory
win.
Wednesday.
Indiana wins.
Indiana won. Who'd they play?
Kennesaw State.
Wow, the raging
Don't worry about their nickname.
Cajuns.
Don't worry about their nickname.
Bulldogs?
I don't know.
Wildcats.
You know what's funny?
Tigers.
This is a real story.
Owls.
Somebody was like, "Where's Kennesaw State?" I looked at everybody, and one guy said, "I think it's in Georgia." And like literally nobody in the room except for this one guy knew, and he's from Georgia.
I'm just messing around. Kennesaw State is from Georgia, and they are the Owls.
I did not know all this.
You know why? You know why I know that? That's where
Because your last name.
That's where the late great Amir Abdur-Rahim came.
That's not why you know it.
Before that's exactly
That's not why. That's not why.
That's exactly
you know
why.
it because you know all the nicknames to all the colleges.
There's one. All right, let me ask you. You will know the. Let's hopefully you know the answer to this
I won't.
question. No, it's a person
Okay.
that we both know.
Okay.
If we need to, there's one person I know that knows the most college team nicknames. It's a person that you and I both worked with. He is by
Derek Sharp.
1,000%. Derek Sharp, I'd be like, hey man, Southwest Missouri State. He's like, that's the Aztecs.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck? Where'd you get that
I think
from?
when you first came aboard, I think I told you remind me of Derek. You have parts
That's why we
of
got
you,
along.
Parts of you that remind me of Derek. You're different, very different in a lot of different ways. But you guys are both intelligent people-ish, and you definitely retain a disgusting. I'm not that guy. Like I don't know people's stadiums. I don't know their coaches. I don't know I don't care.
So you're not Mr. Smart Guy.
No.
So let's talk about that. What you guys talked about on Thursday on the Pat and Aaron Show.
Okay.
I'm actually going to be on the Pat and Aaron Show on Friday.
Oh, you really?
At 8:00. I'm part of
see
Football
you.
Pick'em.
I see you.
They got to clean up that monstrosity,
They let
whatever
you back
happens
in that
on
building?
Thursday morning.
Yeah?
I think
They
so.
left you in the building?
So you guys are talking smack about me on the air.
Nope. Talking truth. If it was smack, Mr. Recher, which part?
Yeah, I guess. So for those who are just joining us, you guys, where did this come from?
Somehow it was brought up that you were watching.
No, it's just something about like sports in general, like watching a lot of sports.
Yeah, watching sports. Something Jay Recher watching.
No, and then you said it's like that's almost retro-like.
I was like, yeah.
And then the whole conversation, the next 3.5 minutes,
was like 10 minutes to talk about your family. Your family.
My grandma, my mom and dad.
Nana and them.
When my dad was in here that one
Yeah.
time, he's like, Ian, let me ask you a question.
Yeah. And after your dad left, and first of all, I liked your dad.
Yeah.
After he left, I go, I understand a lot of stuff now.
Mm-hmm. My dad asked even better questions than like a media member because he's like,
can see that.
hey, when you're in this position, and I
Yeah.
think that's the hard thing, and we'll start there, actually. I think that's a great place to start, is when you're a person that has never played the game, if you're working with somebody that has played the game, it is your duty to make sure that you're helping your audience understand where your partner has been, right? So if we're having a conversation about locker room dynamics, if I'm sitting here giving my opinion and not teeing you up for, hey, Ian, you were in a locker room for 9+ years and getting your perspective as the foreboding opinion in this partnership, I think I'm doing the whole show a disservice. And I think that's where, like, my dad does a good job of that. But you and I think that's part of our chemistry is I love being the point guard. I love kind of setting you up for conversations.
Well,
like that.
I'm going to be honest with you, Jay. I agree with what you just said. But I think that you are believing that you're doing it because of the show. You're doing it because you really are curious.
That too.
Your father was asking
I think
me
both
the
could be true
questions because he's really curious.
Right.
He's a curious person. Okay, I did the show with Ron for a long time, right? And Ron wasn't really the guy to set me up or do stuff like that. It's not like, I don't know if it was because he was being an a-hole. I just don't think he cared.
Right.
Like, you actually will think, well, what is it like to be in the locker room when that happens?
Right.
Like, today I did a show with that LeGrand guy
Yeah.
from Channel 28, and he asked me questions like like, what was it like in that first game when you were playing? And like, to me, if I was interviewing something, that would be a question I would ask, okay?
Right.
Something that I have no idea what that's gonna feel like. And, you know, but some people don't really have, the curiosity is not in them, and they really don't care. And listen, it's okay either way, but, you know, if I'm talking to Jimi Hendrix about guitaring, then I'm gonna dig deep into the minutia of the guitaring. So, I mean, that's the way I would do it.
No doubt about it. And I think that kind of is a perfect segue into one of the things we wanted to talk about today, and that was the whole Ryan Clark, Peter Schrager thing on Friday morning, where, you know, they're talking back and forth. They're going over, you know, CeeDee Lamb and the Cowboys lost to the Eagles and all this stuff, and Ryan Clark ends up going there of, you're not a player. And Peter Schrager was like, bro, I'm not a fantasy football guy. And Peter Schrager, you always consider the source, right?
Yeah.
Peter Schrager was not talking to Ryan Clark amongst these other former NFL players saying, I know better than you, or that he has an experience that those guys don't. It's just an opinion of a guy that played better than the other, like something that really anybody can have. And now Ryan Clark is apologizing, and now there's a lot of people. Jason Williams actually came out, White Chocolate came out today or yesterday on Fox Sports 1 with the Barstool guys, and goes, I don't agree with that.
Okay.
He goes, if we have opinions, like we have opinions, we're not talking about experience. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. My opinion isn't better than yours. We're both going to have our own opinions. But if it doesn't have to do with my experience, because I've never had it, I think, you know, we can go back and forth and respect each other's opinion, especially if they're not the same.
Now, having been on both sides, you know, I think I'm on both sides here, okay? Because, first of all, I wouldn't do what Ryan Clark did, because I think it's disrespectful, okay? Because Peter Schrager is up there for a reason.
Exactly.
Okay, he beat out a lot of people. His knowledge put him up there, okay? So it's disrespectful to almost say that he doesn't deserve to be there, or that his opinion doesn't belong beside your opinion. Now, what Ryan Clark was saying, I get it. Like, sometimes you want to say, well, you don't know, you weren't there. Right. You want to say that. And listen, if we talk baseball, Jay, you wouldn't say it. But eventually you got to be thinking, okay, you got to concede to me eventually, because I've been there. Because you've been there more than I have.
Yeah, but you don't. But that's the thing. You wouldn't go there.
I know.
Right? Just like I wouldn't go there.
That's
and
what I know.
But I don't think Peter went there. That's the thing. Is like I don't think he went there. It was a spirited conversation, and that's my problem. Is that if you have a spirited conversation, it's like when you're arguing with somebody and it's like, well, you're an asshole. Yeah. Like, all right, well, that's not part of that
comment wasn't about that conversation to me.
No, it's not.
It's about if you have a relationship and your wife says something, you go, well, that's stupid. But and what else?
Exactly.
And it's all the other stuff. It's one of those things. That's a brewed up thing. Okay, that's a personal thing between those two where he doesn't. From the statement, he doesn't respect him.
Right. Or respect or like him.
Like if I said to you, well, Jay, you never played the game. What would you know? Like I would never say that because it's disrespectful. Okay? So there's times when we talk about stuff where I might have more knowledge and vice versa. As long as we're all on the same page and we understand that, we're going to be fine. But to me, Ryan Clark was talking down to Schrager.
Who was it?
Ryan Clark. Wasn't he talking down to him?
No, but what I'm saying is you know me.
You don't like him.
I've never liked Ryan. Never liked Ryan Clark.
I could say he's never liked Ryan. He's never liked him.
He speaks like that all the time. Yeah. I feel like he gets low-hanging fruit when he brings up topics on race when it has nothing to do with it. Remember the things he was talking about Ryan when Tua? We had no recollection whatsoever.
RG3 stuff.
The RG3 stuff.
That was stupid.
Bro, he was going on and he was doing a podcast or a show with Daniel Cormier talking about all this stuff with MMA, like he was a connoisseur of MMA. I'm like, dude, like you're barking up the wrong tree. He's had to apologize on national TV multiple times for the things that he said. I mean, when's enough? Like the guy had a decent career, but it's just every single time with this thing. And here's the thing. You have to consider the source. Everything you hear about Peter Schrager is that he's a freaking awesome human being. His last day on Good Morning Football, Kyle Brandt, who was on there too, who's a freaking brilliant football mind, said all of these things about Peter Schrager, about how he's a great guy and how he treats everybody there at the NFL Network like gold, and all the different football players would come in and they all gave him hugs because they love this guy, because he's not one of those people that just talk shit about the athletes or trying to come in and act like he knows. So you're getting this on national TV and you're like, that must be a good guy. And then you go to ESPN, and then a guy that I don't really respect as far as what he does in the media, and he says that about him, and I'm just like, this is not hard about whose side I'm taking here.
Yeah, and listen, I watched it. I listened to it. I've never had a problem with Ryan Clark. I don't like any of the announcers anyways.
But have you but since you and I have talked about him for years.
Yeah.
I know you've looked at him
most of the times I'm against what he says.
And I'm not like that. I'm not trying to find people I don't like. But it's just like, damn, man, again?
Yeah, that RG3 thing, I think, bothered me more than this. The RG3 thing really bothered me. Like, what? Like, first of all...
As a man that married a white woman?
Yeah, who made you the judge of who's blacker than who? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
Saying that it was a bad thing for RG3, or he didn't know about...
Or he shouldn't have commented on something.
Shouldn't have commented on something because he married a white woman.
What they should comment on. This is America.
Yikes.
Come on, get out of here. And listen, there's certain situations, and let me verbalize this the right way. There's things that you talk about on a broadcast that the person who used to play should be the foremost person to talk about it. This wasn't that situation. Because, if somebody played the game before, you will know more about some things, not everything. Because some things you have to learn, some things you have to read. Okay, so just because I played the game doesn't mean I have more knowledge about the history of football, right?
Right.
So there's certain things. Well, like Alex Gibbs never played the game. He's an offensive line coach for the Denver Broncos and the Washington Redskins, and he knows more about offensive line play than anybody that ever played the game.
Right.
So
I know that guy.
So to me, I was with him in Denver, and the amount of knowledge he has was amazing. But to me, it's just respect people and what they've accomplished. Okay. To me, Ryan Clark was. I keep on saying talking down, but putting himself above more than just talking down. I'm better than you. He was just saying, I'm better than you, bow to me and my opinion. And that doesn't sound good.
It's funny, I actually had somebody say that to me in radio. We were getting ready for a show one day, and the guy said, well, I know more than you because I've been in radio longer than you.
Do I know the person?
Yes, and it wasn't
Did
Ron.
I work with the person?
No.
I never worked with him?
Not in my vicinity. And Ron was in the room, and Ron was in the business longer than him.
Oh, I know who that is.
Never said that to me.
I know who that is.
And Ron never said that.
I know who that is. Nobody gets along with him.
But just think about it, man. People that talk like that, people that talk down to people.
It's insecurity.
It is insecurity. Period. But if you're a person that hears somebody else speak like that, it's cringe for everybody.
Yeah, it is.
It's like you don't want to hear even if I'm not saying it to you, or somebody's not saying it to you.
Yeah.
If they're saying it to him, me and you are like, damn, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hear
that.
I
like other people to gas me up. You gassing yourself up? What? For what?
Because that's what you're doing.
You're just gassing yourself up. I want to gas myself up. If somebody else wants to gas me up, go gas away. But you gassing yourself up, all you can do is come down and fall echelons, okay? So I know who you're talking about. I'm not a big fan either, by the way. At all.
So this whole thing I don't know what the future holds for Ryan Clark, and he's
fine. This is not his first rodeo.
But he's apologizing again, and you know how ESPN gets. They get itchy with that trigger finger, man. So I wouldn't be surprised because, you saw with FS1 getting rid of Acho, and sometimes you fall out of grace like that. You don't see people again. Remember Sean Salisbury was big on ESPN, got in some gone, right? Who was it? Paul Pierce, another one. There's only so many spots. You know that.
Yeah.
In TV and radio, there's only so many spots.
You never know what's happening behind closed doors.
You never know.
You just never know. Absolutely not.
No doubt about it. We didn't know something about the Buccaneers offensive line until very, very late in the process. And we talked about it on my podcast on Monday at 12:30, but I want to bring it up here as well. The Buccaneers literally changing their 3/5 of their offensive line, moving their starting center, Graham Barton, to left tackle, having Michael Jordan come in. No, not that one, not the other one, the third one that you've ever heard of. Yeah. And then moving Bredesen from guard to center. I think they did a decent job. You and I were talking about. Do they stay with that now? Going up against a better defensive line, a better pass rush? I mean, what kind of changes do they make? And just your overall assessment. This is more of probably a bad sign that Charlie Heck wasn't doing too good of a job there at left tackle.
Well, I think a lot has to do more with Charlie Heck and the lack of confidence they have in Charlie Heck than what they did on Sunday, because they did not play well on Sunday as an offensive line. Okay, they didn't move anybody. I thought the Falcons dominated the offense, the line of scrimmage. I was watching a show and they were talking about Pro Football Focus grades. I believe Bredesen did okay at center. Jordan and Barton did not grade well at all. And I told you, listen, I have the utmost respect for Barton to go out there. But the fact he can go out there is amazing, but I don't expect him to go out there and be great.
Right.
Okay, that's almost impossible to do. Talking to Tony Mayberry, who played center, he couldn't imagine being out there. So he didn't play great at tackle, but we survived. Okay, so I don't know if you want to mess with it because we survived. If it looks bad again and they lose the game, because then you got to make some other decisions. But I don't know if there's anywhere to go. There's not a lot of different combinations that won't have a Heck in it.
So you got to stay with it then.
You have to stay with it. Absolutely. Well, you won a game. You got to figure out the next 2-3 games, ways to win 2 of the next 3 games. Okay, that's it. And whatever combination, whatever way you want to shuffle it up, they got to figure out a way to just have enough offense in the next 2 games to just weather the storm with Tristan being out.
And again, I want you to elaborate on this a little bit more. What it means for a guy like Graham Barton to be able to go from center to left tackle. I mean, it's not like he kicked out to guard. I mean, you're going out to the hardest position on the offensive line, the guys that are making the most money defending the blind side of their quarterback. I mean, just what that means to you as a former offensive lineman, and that message that sends everybody in the organization that you're a guy that's a second-round player or second-year player that has been – he didn't take many snaps at left tackle in training camp. We didn't see it in preseason. What that means.
Well, what it means is you're way more valuable than you were, okay? Because you played center, you're a starting center. I was a starting right guard. If I got hurt and say I lost my job at starting right guard, I couldn't have played anywhere else. So then I'm useless. So if something would happen to Barton, he would lose his starting position. When you could back up at tackle, that saves a whole roster spot, okay? So it makes you more valuable. And it makes, like I said the other day, it makes you selfless to go out there knowing you're the starting center and you're going to go out there and tackle and be in Never Land and look bad, okay? He's going to look better at center. And I appreciate him taking one for the team, that's for sure.
What does that mean for Charlie Heck's future?
Well, and I've said this before, Jay, it always happens. You see guys back up until it's their time to shine, and then they're in the spotlight, and it just doesn't look good. Okay,
Right.
I think that's what happened here.
They're back up for a reason.
Well, when you're with the ones, and you have a $35 million quarterback back there, it's way different than when you have Kyle Trask in preseason. So you just can't throw somebody in there. Oh, let's put the backup in, especially left tackle. That ain't the spot to just throw somebody in there. It ain't the spot.
I brought this up on my podcast today. I want to ask it here because I know we'll probably won't not get to it on Monday or next Wednesday. Who do you think is the most beloved Buccaneers quarterback in history? Not the best, not the most talented, not the most skilled. Who's the most beloved? Who's the biggest
Tom
fan
Brady.
favorite? Really?
Period.
Over Baker?
Period.
Over Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Period.
Why?
Ryan Fitzpatrick didn't sell not a one ticket.
But I'm talking about beloved.
Isn't beloved selling tickets? Nobody sold tickets like Tom Brady.
I don't think so. We're talking attraction. Yeah, I'm talking. You're beloved. You know how it is. Love and respect. Yeah. There's a lot of different things. Love and like is different thing. So if you're talking, I'm talking about beloved. I'm talking about a guy that there's a relatability factor. You can't relate to Tom Brady. You can't relate to a guy that doesn't eat tomatoes. I love pizza. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I can't relate to Tom Brady, but I can relate to Baker Mayfield.
Is Baker already ahead of Doug Williams?
But that's my point.
Yeah.
So like when somebody says today, like my most beloved quarterbacks are Brad Johnson, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Baker Mayfield. Like I understand that.
Why is Ryan Fitzpatrick in this conversation?
Just because he was below, like Fitzmagic. Fitzmagic.
He can't be in the conversation though. No, as far
we're
as
talking about beloved,
all-time beloved, Fitzpatrick is not ahead of Jameis. Ryan Fitzpatrick's not ahead of Jameis.
That's to you. You know how people didn't like Jameis out here?
We have a poll.
Bro, there was people.
Ryan Fitzpatrick was here for a blink.
That's all that counts. Would you agree that Randy Arozarena was more beloved than Carl Crawford? The fact that you can answer right now, wait,
It's
you're
close.
talking
It's
about
close.
the best
It's
outfielder in
close.
Rays history that was here for what, 8 years?
It's close.
Randy was here for what, 3?
Okay, I see
4?
you're talking popularity.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes Brett Phillips was one of the most beloved Rays of all time. It doesn't have to be talent-wise, but it's odd that you have a
Sam Fold,
There you go.
The great Sam
He was,
Fold, yeah.
right? Scotty Miller.
the great Scotty Miller.
I think Scotty Miller was overblown.
And Sam Fold wasn't overblown.
No, but Scotty. Yeah, you're right. But at least Sam played more than Scotty,
He batted 200.
if that.
And he's beloved.
He was great with the Diabetes
hustler.
Wiffle Ball challenge.
He's an overachiever.
He was great. Slam T1D. Shout out to everybody out there. So, all right. So now that you understand my premise,
Yes.
who's the most beloved Bucks offensive player of all time?
Offensive player?
Yeah. Let's see if you're picking up what I'm putting down here.
I don't think it's close.
Okay, let's see if Ian.
I mean, who's close to Mike Evans right now?
Not right now or all time? It's got all time.
Period. Who will be it? Who will be person on offense?
Ready?
Who?
Mike Allstott. That's a good one. That's a tough one, brother. It is. It is tough because I'm thinking about it today and I'm just like, it's them two. It's them two and no, like, Baker's maybe in there.
You know why I can't argue? It's the word you used. Beloved.
Beloved. That's why.
Beloved.
That's why it's a good discussion to have because it's not who had a better career. It's not who had more stats.
Okay.
It's not who's going to be the Hall of Famer. It's who they love. And you know who else is building that right now? Is Bucky. People love Bucky Irving.
Don't do it.
But he's not.
Yeah, but don't do it.
But he has to have a whole career.
I can't let you do it.
Whole career.
I can't let you do it.
I'm saying he's got to give a whole
I
career.
know, but don't like. You know how many times.
Who's the most beloved player?
Do you know
1 year?
Do you know how many times communities or teams got excited about a running back?
1 year.
Do you know how many times
Is Warwick Dunn on the list?
Do you know? Yeah, but Warwick Dunn played for like a dozen years. Bucky
Not
Irvin
here.
is done. Okay, he played for how long? 6 years here, 6, 7 years here. Bucky Irvin he started 1 game, and we're talking about an all-time people.
Beloved.
Let's not do that. No,
He's on his way.
No,
He is on his way.
No,
He's not
I
on
don't
his
want
way.
you to bring up Bucky again.
People are chanting
No.
Bucky, Bucky.
Okay,
Bucky.
okay. It's his first year. Good for him.
That's what you. That's how
I
you
don't
start.
want- no, I don't
the
want you bringing
same
him up
way that we
again.
talk about. We wouldn't want to put the gold jacket on Tristan after a couple
You're better
years.
than that.
Right?
You're
We're
better than that, Jay.
Beloved.
Don't bring up Bucky and beloved in the same sentence
It's
as
the
Mike
first
Allstott
year.
and Mike Evans.
That's how you have to do it. If you want to be in the conversation, you have to have your first year needs to be like that because you're only going to play for 6 years.
Is there more Bucky Irvin jerseys or Mike Allstott jerseys in the
Right now, Bucky Irving. I don't know that for sure.
You bet.
No, but think about what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right now, of course, he's not in the conversation. But the only way that he gets in the conversation as a running back that's going to play 5 or 6 years is he has to be beloved right off the jump, and he has been. Now he's got to stay healthy. He's got to continue to
They're
play.
all beloved that jump because they're
Nobody's
young
mo-
and fresh.
Who is more beloved than Bucky last year?
Cadillac Williams was beloved.
Last year. I'm talking on the team last year.
The other dude,
Cadillac had how many games?
Well, we had probably
4
half a dozen games.
That was it.
And then Doug Martin was beloved.
Bustle Hamster. Okay.
Okay, but what happened afterwards?
But that's what I'm saying. You
Poof.
need to start like that.
No, but they all go away, though. That's what I'm saying. Don't waste
Don't
your
go
breath.
away.
Because they all go away. All the running backs. You think that little bitty running back? Let me say this before.
Little bitty.
Before I keep going, okay?
No, don't be stealing my.
They need to give Bucky the ball more. Because that boy feet is electric.
Yeah.
That boy feet be going.
How many
at it,
feet
though.
does he have?
His feet. When I see him running, I'm like, give him the ball more. His feet are
You hear
flying.
that? You guys hear that? That is a beloved Bucks
Well-
fan. I love Bucky's beloved feet.
I would not buy a Bucky Irvin jersey.
He's a
because he
VVF.
won't be here 2 years from now. Remember I told you that.
2 years.
He's this big.
So what?
He's this big running real hard. 2 years from now, he'll be gone. He won't even be in the league.
Gone? No, he'll be there.
He won't even be in the league.
He'll be in the league.
He won't even be in the league.
He'll be in the
Now
league.
they keep on having him toted every it won't happen.
All right.
Go ahead.
Most beloved defensive player on the Buccaneers
Ever or now?
ever. It's 2 guys.
This is Derek Brooks and Leroy Selman.
That's it. It's 2 guys. I think it's Allstott and Evans on the offensive side, and Brooks and Selman on the other side. Right?
I can't argue with that.
Because as much
I
as we
can't-
love
I
Warren,
can't-
no,
Warren.
go.
Yeah, listen, we're not talking
We
about
love you,
play. We're
Warren.
not talking about play.
No.
You said beloved.
Right.
I mean, not Warren is not Derek Brooks.
Rondé?
No,
No.
no.
Somebody said Rondé before. I was like,
No.
I don't know.
Listen, I have the utmost respect for Rondé, what he accomplished. I don't ever want to hear him in the same sentence with Brooks and Sapp and Leroy Selman and even Mike Evans. I don't want to hear him in that category.
He doesn't want to hear that. He doesn't want to hear
that category. It's not that category.
All right, we'll stay in Florida. We'll go to a different team. What's going on with Tua Tagovailoa, Mike McDaniel, and the Dolphins? A putrid performance against Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes, and the Colts.
Well, I'm not going to say that I'm a prognosticator, but I put 4 bets on futures, and my first bet was the under. I think it was 7.5 games for the Miami Dolphins. I think it was the Titans. I don't know. Some team went and scrimmaged them, and they said that team just doesn't practice. That team is not tough. That team has no mental anything. And then their coach, to me, has a lot of Chip Kelly in him, where when you first come out, it's kind of innovative and cute, but when it all comes down to it, you got to be some bad motherfuckers. Like, straight up, you got to be tough up front, yo. They are not tough on either side of the ball. So to me, the Dolphins are done, and either the coach or the GM will be gone before the end of the season. Bank on that.
One of my teams, I said there was I think 6 or 7 teams that after week 1 are done, and they're one of them.
I think they're the number 1 team. They're done.
Giants are worse than them.
But
Giants are worse off than them.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Giants are worse off than them because at least they're playing the quarterback that they want to play.
But
and at least they've had some success before.
I think Dolphin fans, in a weird, convoluted way,
I can't wait to hear what you're about to say.
I think they were more optimistic going into the season.
Okay, I'll give you that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I have Giants fans all around me. And the great Tom Ponzo was listening at the Dignitary Cafe right now.
4817 South Bush Road.
He was here on Monday, and he just sat down and he put his head in his hand. He was like, I don't know what to do. I mean, I got to watch Daniel Jones go 17 for 22 with 2 touchdowns. Last year, I got to watch Saquon Barkley rush for 28,000 yards. And then it's like, that's got to be hard.
It's terrible. We know what I saw today on Twitter? The year is 2030, and Malik Neighbors and Jaden Daniels are leading Washington to a Super Bowl victory. I'm like, God damn it, that's what's going to happen.
That's what's going to happen.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Jaden Daniels' best friend, Malik Neighbors, is going to go from the Giants to the Commanders. Yeah.
Are they best friends?
Yeah, they went to LSU.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh. Malik's not going to want to stick around there too much longer.
He didn't want to stick around after week 1. I don't blame his ass. But isn't it crazy? We're not even going to go there.
He's a leader, though.
A leader of what?
I don't know. His household?
Giants family, let's ride, or whatever the hell he says.
Unlimited.
Just get Jackson Dart in there.
Whatever.
Run around.
Just put him in there. Let him get his wig
Put
split.
Jameis in.
Put what?
Call Phil Simms.
Let's have fun. Put Jameis in. It'll be more fun.
It will.
100%.
Get Eli.
Whatever, dude.
Just do anything.
Anything.
But we were talking about the Dolphins. They fell off fast. 2 years. I mean, they don't beat good teams. They don't beat teams in bad weather.
They don't beat tough teams.
They're not tough.
Nope.
But what does this mean for Tua? Because you and I have been keeping an eye on him for years. This was the perfect setup for him. This was a young offensive coordinator. This was Ponzo's like, don't hurt me.
Dude, don't put Dart in yet.
We're putting Dart in.
Behind that offensive
Who
line,
cares? Put him in there. He can run away from it. But if you're the Dolphins, right? And you had everything set up for Tua to be successful. You had a modicum of success, and now it's gone to hell in a handbasket. Beck, there's no way he's going to thrive unless the offense was tailor-made for him just like that, because when he has to move around and make plays with his feet, he can't do it. He's a pocket passer. He had 2 number 1 receivers and a play caller that loved him. Because remember, Brian Flores, when he was there, doubted Tua Tagovailoa, right? Mike McDaniel loved the guy. He put the entire stock behind him. They are so screwed right now because they don't know what their identity is. They don't know who their head coach is going to be, their quarterback, their general manager. Yeah, they're probably the worst scenario probably in the NFL.
Well, you say that he was set up. I was thinking from an outsider looking in, it appears that he's set up, okay, because he has speed. They don't really have a mentality. If I ask you what's the mentality of the Dolphins offense, I don't know if anybody can tell me.
Nobody knows.
Okay, so you say he's set up to win, but it's harder than that to win, dude. You just can't put a bunch of speed out there and go, we're good, okay? We don't really know if McDaniel's systems really translate to the NFL. We don't really, like I said, it's like Chip Kelly. At first when you see it, you're like, oh my God, there's so much. And then if the root of it isn't kick ass, and it's a lot of motion and deception. That's all it seems to be to me. Like, I don't ever see Miami lining up and running the ball at nobody, or they can't stop nobody, and they just don't look like a physical team.
That's kind of my point, is that it's never going to get better than that. Then we've already seen it.
Well, it can get better if you get a different regime. Like I'm saying.
Will it? Are you confident with Tua? I'm not confident with him.
I think Tua can win. I think Tua can win in a different situation. Okay, we'll give you a great example, okay? I'm going to give you a great example. Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones stays on a team for 4 or 5 years that asks him to do too much. I thought that the Bucs asked Jameis Winston to do too much. He went on a team that didn't ask him to do too much, and he looked all right. And next week, if he has to throw the ball 22 times again, he might look all right. They've never put Tua in that situation. They've always been like, we're a wide open team, and you got to make all these reads, and we have all this 5 wide stuff.
But that's when he played well.
But it's gimmicky, though. It's gimmicky.
But that's what I'm saying. How is he going to be better? In what other form or fashion is he going to be better? Is he going to be a guy that can he play? Can he run an offense like Baker Mayfield can run an offense?
I don't know. But here's the other thing. We don't know if McDaniel's a good teacher.
We don't.
Okay,
but what we do know is that Tua's got an injury history. Tua doesn't do a great job of avoiding contact. He doesn't make play with his legs. So you already have a thing where it's, all right, you're going to sit back there. It's 1 or 2 reads quick. You get the ball out of your hands fast. And now you've run out of gas. All that air is out of that balloon. So what other offense are you going to give him that he's going to be successful at? He's less mobile than Matthew Stafford, who's got an 85-year-old back with the Rams.
First of all, I'm not a huge Tua fan.
That's
so
what I'm saying. I don't see it.
I don't want to sound like
and I don't dislike the guy, but the proof is in the pudding. The guy can't freaking incomplete passes.
I disagree when you say he's not a good quarterback, though, because once again, we can talk about examples of quarterbacks going to different situations. Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, a lot of different people. It's a situation, okay? Sam Darnold was nothing. He goes to Minnesota, wins 14 games. He may be nothing again. It's a situational thing. I think you put Tua in the right situation with the right offensive coordinator. Okay, I think Tua can excel. I really do. To me, I see an Alex Smith in Tua. That's who I see. And you can win a Super Bowl with Alex Smith.
I think you're giving too much credit for him.
Oh, no.
I think you're giving too much
credit. Tua can do at least that. He can do at least that.
I can't believe we are on this side of this discussion right now, because I would have thought in a million years you would have been against Tua.
I'm not a huge Tua fan.
But you're defending him.
But I think he's an NFL quarterback.
Oh, man. I think so, too, but I think he's 22 and below.
Well, I think
what number is he now?
I think there's a possibility he can be 15 to 20, and therefore then he's serviceable. If you're 15 to 20 in the NFL, you're serviceable, because there's a lot of unserviceable son of bitches out there. Real unserviceable. I watch it. It's unserviceable.
Is he better than Daniel Jones? Sorry, Bonds. We can't go there. Oh, man. That's I mean, I don't know what they do. I don't know what the Dolphins do.
Well, the Dolphins are a mess. If you're a Dolphin fan, shame
on you.
It's going to be ugly. It's going to be an ugly year, and it's not like it's going to be better next year, because they got to shuffle it all up and drop a bomb on it.
What do you make of teams that cut guys after 1 week? So we see a couple different, like Moody missed a couple of kicks for San Francisco. Gibson, the punt returner for the Jets, fumbled the ball. Aaron Glenn cut his ass today. Some people are saying, oh, wow, the Jets are taking a no-nonsense approach after Robert Saleh. But then there's a big part of me like, damn, man, it was just 1 week. Just 1 week, and you're already throwing the baby out with the bathwater there. If they do something like that, is that because it's a pattern of behavior, that they've seen it in practice, they've seen it in the preseason, or are teams just trying to scapegoat somebody for a week 1, poor performance?
Well, usually, and I don't know the individual situations here, but usually when they cut a person after 1 week, usually they're not vested players, and they don't have to keep on paying them. So if you're a vested player and you're 3 years in the league and you get cut after the first week, they got to pay you the whole salary, okay? So a lot of times, a lot of these young players are on the fence, all right? You got a bunch of dudes that are on the fence. Let's say, let's talk about Shiloh Sanders, okay? Say that he made the team and he was on the fence, and the first game he goes in there in special teams and stinks up the house, and they put him in there at safety and he stinks it up, and they cut him. They don't have to ever pay him again. So when you see guys get cut early, usually those are guys who are on the fence, and you see a lot of movement in the first few weeks or so, and usually it's younger players. You usually don't see older players get cut
But even
early.
A kicker?
Well,
he had a lot of mistakes
kickers.
last year.
It's easy to move a kicker, because there's kickers all over the goddamn place.
Yeah.
There's kickers.
But it's hard to find a good one.
It's hard to find a good one, but if you need a kicker, if you need a left tackle, the list is like this big. If you need a kicker, the list is this big. but it's going to be hard to find that guy. But out of that, you'll be able to find a kicker. There's a lot of guys that could kick in the NFL. Very few can play left tackle that are sitting on the street, by the way.
Did you ever try to kick?
In when?
Just at all?
I was an okay kicker.
Yeah? Better kicker or punter?
Punter. I used to be able to punt it.
What was the relationship with the kickers and punters? Like, obviously we know now.
Yeah.
With like Mark Royals being one of your buds that comes here to the Dignitary Cafe. But what was your interaction with them as an offensive coordinator, like during the season, I know practice, they're off doing their own thing, but like during game day, is that the same thing? Are they still kind of secluded by the kick necks kind of thing?
Punters are really not even really.
They're not part of the team?
No, they're not. In an odd way.
You went there.
In an odd way, listen, me and Mark Royals have been friends since 1990 when we first started in 1990 playing with each other. Steve Christie was, I saw that. Steve Christie was Canadian Cat, so me and Steve Christie were good friends. I was friends with Reggie Roby when he was here. Rest in peace. Made some wonderful cookies. So I befriended quite a few of the kickers, but there's really no interaction. And I know Martin Gramatica, he's a brother. So, but I never played with Martin. It has to do with your personality, what kind of person you are. Like everybody liked Martin. Not everybody likes all kickers, though. They're eccentric, a lot of them.
Martin's the man.
Martin's you've met Martin. What an easygoing. Like, if you don't like Martin, I'm going to question you.
I feel like there's something wrong with you.
For real. If you're like I met Martin as an a-hole, I'd be like.
It's like people that don't like bacon.
Oh, no, we can't speak.
Yeah, it's weird.
No.
What, oh, you know what? Before we roll, I want to talk about Caleb Williams.
Okay.
Did you watch them?
I did.
What did you think of that game? I thought it was I thought that was, you know what I thought that was? That was NFL football. Because it was a home team, feeling good, okay, everything's going well, and then here comes the visitors, and you can see Minnesota winning that game from a mile away. You knew it was coming, and J.J. McCarthy, in his first start since the national championship game, I mean, down the stretch, the dude rose to the occasion. A couple of throwing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown, throwing the ball on the run, and then Caleb Williams, I don't know if you saw the stat, I think in the last 2 years, he has something like 50 overthrows, and the next highest person is like 26.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. What did you make up of that game?
Well, you said it was NFL football, and I get that statement, but those are not NFL quarterbacks, okay? They're just not. If you put those guys against any legitimate NFL quarterbacks, they're not playing the same game. If you watch Caleb Williams especially, all right? I never thought Caleb Williams was going to be that great, and I still don't. When I watch Caleb Williams play, he has very few plays on time that succeed. And I tell you can't make it that way. He has broken plays out of the pocket where he runs and he goes for a touchdown.
Who does he remind you of?
Who do you Tim Tebow?
Think about it. What quarterback in college made all of his big plays?
Johnny Manziel.
He reminds me of Johnny Manziel.
He reminds
me of Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
But he doesn't, I mean, listen, he's got some great receivers. He's got fucking Roman Dunze. He's got DJ Moore. He's got Luther Burden. He's got a pretty decent running back in DeAndre Swift. Like, he's got two good tight ends. And you watch this guy play, and he makes some Daniel Jones type throws.
Yeah, he does.
He throws the ball way over. There was a play at the end of the game where I was flabbergasted.
Yeah.
How do you miss a guy by that much?
He's not comfortable. He's clearly not comfortable out there. Clearly.
So can you fix that?
No. The only way you can fix it is become comfortable, and the only way you become comfortable in football is play. That's the only way to become comfortable.
So it's the catch-22 kind of. So what is that? So let's use the Tua argument then.
Yeah.
So in a different environment, do you think he'd be better?
Yes, I do. Once again, he might go.
Even with Ben Johnson, the number one play caller in the league the last couple of years. I mean, like, I just gave you the list of the tools he's got. Like, that's the thing is, I understand what you're saying is the situations we've had the discussion about Joe Montana versus Vinny Testaverde and things like that. But I also think there's something to be said about guys that do have a lot of tools and do have a lot of people around them and do have play callers. Like, sometimes the guys just aren't good enough. And I don't know if Caleb Williams is good enough.
I don't think Caleb Williams is good enough. I never did.
It's not like Jameis's thing where he's like, all right, you didn't have an offensive line, you didn't have a running game, you didn't have a defense, and you had to go out and chuck the ball.
But amidst a lot of bad Jameis film, there's a lot of good Jameis film.
Do you think you're going to see that good from Caleb?
No, I haven't. I watch a lot of it, and I'm just like, Like, there's a couple plays in the game that his athletic ability is impressive, but almost never the quarterbacking. Almost never. And I don't care what your name is. At the end of the day, you're going to have to make completions from the pocket. I don't care what your name is. There's no quarterback that was ever 8 outside the pocket. Even at the end of Michael Vick's career, when his success, he was throwing from the. He might be an anomaly, but he still threw from the pocket. But he was just he was like Lamar. Lamar can throw from the pocket. He's just a problem all around.
Mm-hmm. And then what about J.J. McCarthy?
He looked like he probably should look.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what do you expect from a young quarterback in one of his first starts in a situation like that on national TV. His nerves are going crazy, man. I mean, that's. But then
for him to be able to come back and then
great. But it just,
touchdowns.
As a whole, though, I don't think either one of the quarterbacks were good.
Who do you think is going to have a better career?
I will play McCarthy because I don't know if Caleb's going to make it. At the end of next year, I don't know if Caleb will still be quarterback.
Is there something to be said, though, about a guy that in his first NFL start on the road against a divisional opponent was able to win a game like that?
Yeah, of course. Because it's easy to fold up. Mm-hmm. It's easy in that situation when you're looking bad early to say, oh my God, I can't, they're going to kill me tomorrow and blah, worry about all that kind of stuff instead of focusing in on, the task at hand and succeed. Like when you win, the rest doesn't matter. Nobody goes back to that throw in the first quarter when you win. They just don't. So you have to have, that mental strength to forget about all that shit. If you soared the last 4 deep balls and you got to throw another one, you got to forget about those 4 deep balls. You got to forget about it. You got to figure out a way to complete that ball. And he calmed himself down. It could have been easy for him to overheat. He calmed himself down and he got it done. It says a lot. It does. But he's not good yet, clearly.
But you know what it says a lot about? And I think he's my new favorite coach is Kevin O'Connell, the Vikings head coach.
I like him.
Play caller.
I like him. I like his defensive coordinator, too.
Brian Flores. I think it might be the best combination.
You might be
maybe behind Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo because
Spag's
got, 6 titles or whatever, 5 or 6 titles. But when you look at Kevin O'Connell, they won 14 games last year with Sam Darnold. Kirk Cousins the year before, balling, right? The year before that, same thing, another 14, 15-win season. Now he's doing that with J.J. McCarthy. I really like Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, man.
I think he might be the 3rd best play caller in the game. I think he's better than he might be better than Shanahan. I'm not putting him over McVay because he's got a Super Bowl championship.
Shanahan's coming down to me a little bit.
Yeah,
he's coming down a little bit. You know what I mean?
And
he might be another guy, might be a little bit too fancy.
Could be.
You know what I mean?
Could be. I mean, they've had a lot of injuries too. I think so. I'm not going to put any of those guys over Andy Reid because he's number 1. And I put McVay too just because of what he's been able to do for Stafford or any other quarterback that's been in there and he's won a Super Bowl. But I mean, for my money, I'm going Kevin O'Connell.
That's a lot of money too you got.
Bro, and Kevin O'Connell, it's like every year you're winning 12, 13, 14 games. He doesn't get quietly,
it seems like. Well, you never hear of a coach of the year or nothing like
14-3 last year. They came in second place.
Did he win coach of the year?
No.
I never even hear his name really that much.
But he also came from the Sean McVay coaching tree, so that helps. But it's on you to be able to take it, to your level. What do we got coming up at the Dignitary Cafe this week, buddy?
Oh, we have customer appreciation. Coming up every second Tuesday. Coming up
every second Tuesday
of the month.
Whose idea was that?
It's a good question. We never know what any.
Second Saturday.
I said Tuesday. Second Saturday. Thank you.
I like
Chris.
that better.
I was like second
Tuesday.
Saturday. So.
Breaking news. Unfortunately, Charlie Kirk at Utah University.
Charlie Kirk got shot.
Charlie Kirk got shot.
Dead? He's dead?
They said in recognition. I watched the video and he's.
Really?
What?
Wow. I'm not about his politics, but I don't want to see the man get shot in front of everybody, though. Like, seriously. That's crazy. Wow. Fatal?
Wow. No, not from what I'm seeing.
No, if you want to see the video, I'll show you the video. It's fatal.
It's fatal for sure?
If you see the video, it's fatal.
100%.
Yeah, they say
in front of all those kids. Yeah. That's ugly. Well, you heard it here first.
Wow.
I'm sure a lot of people are going to be talking about that, and it'll separate our country more. Unfortunately.
I don't even know where to Wow. I mean,
see, this is my thing. I hate to get political.
No, we can now.
Yeah, I hate to get political, but my thing is, I'm all for peace. Okay, and if somebody's standing up there in front of a school, I'm not gonna say preaching hate, but not preaching unity, and they get shot in the chest, what are we doing? Like, who accomplished anything there? I don't understand it. Like, you will shoot a man in his chest to accomplish what?
Oh shit!
In the neck.
Oh
In
shit,
the neck.
dude.
Oh gee. Oh no, I don't know. I can't look at that. I don't do that well. I don't do that well at all. I don't do that. No. I don't like death and splatterings and all kind of stuff like. Yeah, no. So I mean, I think we're in a funny place, man. We're in a funny place where we think it's important to go in front of people and yell at people just to have different opinions and then shoot people because they have a different opinion.
That's one of the worst videos I've ever seen.
Yikes.
Oh my God.
There's gonna be a lot of it, and you know what happens in our country? People watching are like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna do that." Yeah, it always happens.
Rough.
It doesn't happen in ones usually.
We're spreading the good vibes here at the Dignitary
You ain't
Cafe
lying.
for sure. 4817 Southwest Shore Boulevard. Customer appreciation every second Saturday, so that's this
Yes.
Saturday. Come on by Monday night for the Monday Night Football game.
Monday Night Football, Sunday's a great place to come
Sunday,
and hang out.
I'll be in coaching this Sunday, but I'll be here Monday night, so make sure.
And we're a
you guys
very
come see
peaceful place here.
We don't play any of that
We're
stuff.
we're very, very peaceful.
I'm like shaking to my core
That's
right
crazy.
there. That's tough, man.
That's crazy.
Ian_Beckles on Instagram. Follow me at Recher. Be good to people, man. We know we have a lot of differences in this world. Different races, religion, politics, sexual affiliate, whatever, man. Like,
One
we're all
love,
human
everybody.
beings, man.
One love.
He's got a wife and kids. We got to keep
For
that
real.
in perspective, too. So,
And after watches their dad get
tough, man. Spread love. One love. We love you all. Be well.